Your bedroom is dark now. Not completely dark, there's that faint light slipping through the gap in the curtains, or the distant glow of a streetlight outside, or simply the familiar darkness of your own ceiling, the one you know so well you don't need to see it to know exactly what it looks like. You're lying down. The pillow is in the right place. The blanket covers just enough. Your phone is nearby, maybe still in your hand, maybe already set down somewhere, and the day has finally stopped asking things of you. But something hasn't stopped yet. There's a place inside your chest, right in the center, somewhere between your throat and your stomach, where the things of the day are still spinning. Not with the speed of urgency, not like an alarm, but like an engine that forgot to shut off. Thoughts that won't leave when the lights go out. Images that keep coming back. Words someone said. Words you said. Situations you didn't resolve. Still open like browser tabs on a computer that never restarts. You're not necessarily afraid, but you're not at peace yet either. And that difference, that space between the day that ended and the rest that hasn't arrived, is exactly where this prayer was written to meet you. Not when you're already asleep. Now. Here. In this room. In this specific darkness. In this exact version of the night you are living tonight. There is nothing you need to do right now except let the weight of your shoulders sink into the mattress. There is no better version of you that needs to show up for this prayer. You might be exhausted. You might be worried. You might have that feeling that you closed out the day without finishing anything right, without being good enough at anything, at work, at home, with yourself. You might be carrying someone's name that's been weighing on you. You might be carrying a situation you've replayed in your head so many times today you lost count. You might be afraid of what will show up when you finally close your eyes. That too. Especially that. Because some nights the problem isn't the day, it's the night. It's what happens when the silence gets deep enough that things you push down start rising back up. Thoughts that feel manageable during the day. Fears that grow in the dark. Images that come back without warning. A mind that works against you at the very moment you need rest the most. If you know that feeling, this prayer was written for you. If you've had so many restless nights that you start dreading bedtime before it even comes, this prayer was written especially for you. There is a promise God made, not about the day, not about work, not about your circumstances, about your mind, about what happens inside your thoughts while you sleep, about your mind being a place that is guarded, covered, sealed by His presence while you rest. And tonight you are going to declare that promise, not as a ritual, not as a formula, as someone who believes, or who wants to believe, or who is trying to believe even when faith feels a little worn out today, that the mind she is about to close won't be left unprotected, that the space where your dreams happen doesn't belong to fear, that God watches over what you cannot guard on your own. Breathe now. One slow breath, no effort, just letting the air come in. Feel the mattress. Feel the weight of your body being held up. You are not holding anything up right now. The mattress holds you. The bed holds you. And God holds what the bed cannot reach. Let's pray. Lord, this room is quiet now, but my mind is not. You know that. You saw the entire day. Every conversation. Every moment I smiled when I was exhausted on the inside. Every thought I never said out loud because there was no space for it, or because no one was asking, or because I didn't even know how to put into words what I was feeling. You saw all of it. And now that the room is dark and the house is still, and there is nothing left demanding my attention out loud, what remains is this weight I carried all day, without realizing how heavy it was. Because during the day, we don't stop to feel how much we're carrying. During the day, we just carry it. But now I've stopped, and the weight stayed. So before anything else, before asking for protection, before declaring anything over my night, I just want to pause here for a moment and acknowledge this before you. Today was heavy. I don't know if it was heavy in a way that anyone else would see or understand. Maybe nothing happened that would look serious from the outside. Maybe it was just the accumulation of small things, each one manageable on its own, but together weighing more than any single big thing ever could. You understand that? You don't measure the weight of things by how they look from the outside. You measure by how much they weigh on the inside. And on the inside, Lord, on the inside, it was heavy today. So I come to you now not to present a put-together version of myself. I come as I am, a little too tired, a little too worried, with some things still unresolved that I wish were settled by now and aren't. I come with the whole day still clinging to me. The conversations, the decisions, the things I said, and the things I didn't say, the situations I couldn't control that reminded me, once again, that I don't have nearly as much control as I sometimes need to believe I do. I come like this, and what I need, Lord, what I need more than anything else tonight, is not for you to fix everything before I fall asleep. I know it doesn't work that way. It's not resolution I need right now. It's covering. It's knowing that when I close my eyes, what's inside my mind won't be left unprotected. That the thoughts running through me won't find open space to turn into nightmares. That the territory of my dreams is under your watch, not at the mercy of whatever the day left loose inside me. Because some nights, Lord, I'm afraid to close my eyes. Not afraid of the dark in this room, afraid of the dark inside, afraid of what shows up when everything goes quiet, and I have nothing left to do with my hands, and my mind finally drifts to the only place left, the places I avoided all day long. You know which places I'm talking about. You know every single one of them. And that is exactly where, in those places, I need you to enter tonight. Not tomorrow. Not when I have more faith, more strength, more certainty. Now, with the faith I have right now, which may be small, which may be as tired as I am, but which is here, because I am here. And the fact that I'm here means I still believe it's worth asking. So I'm asking, cover my mind tonight. Guard what I cannot guard. Watch over what I cannot watch over myself. Let tonight be different, not because the circumstances have changed, but because you are inside them with me. Before we continue, let me ask you just one thing. Drop your shoulders. Not as a metaphor, your actual physical shoulders right now. If you pay attention, you'll notice they're slightly raised, slightly tense, as if your body is still in alert mode. As if you're ready to get up, to respond to something, to brace for something that may not even be there anymore. Let them go. Let them sink down toward the mattress. Not with effort, just releasing. The mattress will catch them. You don't need to hold the weight of your own shoulders right now. And your jaw. There's a tension there that most women carry all day without even noticing. A slight clenching of the teeth, a tightening of the jaw that starts in the morning when the to-do list kicks in and doesn't let go until you truly, finally stop. You've truly, finally stopped now. Let your jaw fall open slightly, without effort. Just release it. Feel the difference. I'm not asking you to release every bit of tension all at once. That's not how it works. I'm asking you to notice where your body is still in fight mode. And notice it with kindness, without judgment, Your body worked hard today. It carried you through an entire day. There's nothing wrong with the tension that's there. It just doesn't need to stay tonight. You can let it go now. The day won't fall apart if you relax. Your situations don't get worse because you rested. The people you love aren't less protected because you released control for a few hours. If anything, it's the opposite. It's when you truly sleep, when you truly rest, that you wake up with a mind capable of handling whatever the next day asks of you. So rest isn't escape. It's preparation, and God knows that. He designed sleep. He's the one who said He grants rest to those He loves. He's the one who promised a peace that surpasses understanding, not a peace that depends on everything making sense, but a peace that holds even when it doesn't. That peace is available right now, for you, in this room, on this specific night. Keep breathing slowly. With every exhale, imagine the air carrying a little of what's left of the day out with it. Not all at once, just a little. With each breath out, a little less tension. With each breath in, a little more space. Space for God to fill what fear was trying to occupy. Lord, I need to talk to you about something I rarely say out loud. The nightmares. Not necessarily dramatic images or movie-like scenes. Sometimes they're worse than that. Sometimes it's that dream where something I feared actually happens, and it feels completely real, and I wake up in the middle of the night with my heart racing, and my chest tight, and my mind still tangled between what was real and what was a dream. Sometimes it's the dream where I lose someone, where I fail in a way that during the day I could defend myself against. But in the dream there is no defense. Where the voices that I know during the day are wrong come at me with full force, and I can't find a single word to fight back. Sometimes it's just that restlessness. Not a nightmare with a storyline, but a fitful sleep. A whole night of tossing and turning. A morning where I wake up more exhausted than when I lay down, as if I spent every hour I was supposed to be resting fighting something instead. You know what that's like. You know, every night I've spent that way. And tonight I'm here to declare what your word says about it. Not as someone who has it all figured out, but as someone who chooses to believe your promise more than the pattern she's lived until now. Because you said, and I believe this, Lord. I choose to believe this, that you watch over those who belong to you, that your eyes never close over those in your care, that the sleep you give to those you love is a gift, not a window of vulnerability, not an open door for the enemy to do whatever he wants with a mind I can't guard when I'm unconscious. You watch while I sleep. That means my mind is not left unguarded when I close my eyes. That means the territory of my dreams has an owner, and that owner is not fear. So tonight, before I close my eyes, I declare this. My mind is covered by the blood of Jesus. Every layer of it. The conscious thoughts still turning right now. The semi-conscious ones that will surface as sleep begins to come. The subconscious that processes the day while I rest. Every single one of those layers is under your watch, Lord. Not because I am powerful enough to place them there, but because you promised to cover what belongs to you, and I belong to you. No image that does not come from you has permission to enter tonight. No voice that contradicts your truth has access to my sleeping mind. No fear I carried through the day has the authority to become torment in the night. Because this mind, this tired mind, this mind that worked too hard today, this mind that sometimes believes things you never said about me, this mind is sealed tonight, covered, protected, guarded by the presence of a God who does not sleep, who does not get distracted, who does not forget where I am. If there are dreams, let them come from you. If there is silence, let it be a safe silence. And if I wake up in the middle of the night, let the very first thing I remember be this: I am not alone here. I never was. Not during the day, not in the middle of the night, not in those seconds of confusion between the dream and what's real. You are here, and that is enough. Feel your feet now. You don't need to move them. Just notice where they are. The weight of them, the temperature, the feeling of the blanket or the sheet resting against them. Your feet carry you all day long. They're locked inside shoes, pressing against hard floors, moving from place to place without you ever giving them much thought. Tonight, for just a moment, give them some. Let them be heavy. Let the weight of your whole body travel downward, from your head, your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, all the way down to your feet, like sand settling to the bottom of a glass. That's not an image of exhaustion. It's an image of letting go, of everything finding its place, settling, finally stopping its spinning. Your body is becoming heavy in the right way, not the heavy that wears you out, the heavy that comes just before sleep, the heavy that means you are, at last, coming to a stop. Keep breathing. A long, slow inhale, pause, a slow exhale, slower than the inhale. Let the air leave gradually, as if your body needs time to release everything it's been holding on to. With every breath cycle, your mind grows 1 degree quieter, not because the problems have disappeared, but because God is holding what you let go of, and you have chosen, consciously, deliberately, to let it go. Lord, you know this kind of night, the night when the body is lying down but the mind is wide awake, when the eyes close but the thoughts don't, when there's an unfinished conversation still looping somewhere inside, or a worry that seemed smaller during the day and has grown by nighttime until it's taking up space it was never supposed to have. You know the nights when I replay things, when I take something that already happened, already over, already done, already beyond my power to change, and I run it back again, as if I replay it enough times, I'll finally find the version where I said the right thing, or made the right call, or didn't mess up the way I did. But I never find it, because it already happened, and replaying it doesn't change a thing. It only steals the sleep I need to face tomorrow with a clear head. You know that too. You see me when I do it, and you don't condemn me for it, because you understand it's not weakness, it's not a lack of faith, it's not a character flaw. It's a mind that was trained by life to stay on guard. A mind that learned, at some point, that resting is dangerous, because when it rested in the past, things slipped out of control. So it stayed awake, stayed watchful, kept running so nothing would slip through the cracks. That mind was trying to protect me, but tonight it needs permission to rest. And that permission doesn't come from me, because if it did, I would have given it a long time ago. The permission comes from knowing that someone is on watch who never needs to sleep, who never gets distracted, who never misses a thing while I rest, who is already taking care of what's going to happen tomorrow before tomorrow even arrives. You're already there, Lord, in the tomorrow I'm trying to control right now, lying in bed at 10 o'clock at night with nothing I can actually do about it. You're already there. You've already seen how it's going to unfold. You've already prepared what I'll need when I wake up. You've already opened what needs to be open and closed what I was never meant to walk through. I don't need to stand guard over tomorrow. It already has a guard. So this mind that's still running right now, still going over the list, still revisiting conversations, and recalculating outcomes. This mind can stop, not because it failed, but because its work for today is already done. And there is someone who never stops, who never fails, who never needs rest, and who said plainly that he watches over those he loves while they sleep. I am one of those he loves. I can sleep. My mind can let go. Tonight, Lord, I'm asking you to do what I cannot do on my own. Quiet what I cannot quiet. Not by force, by presence. Because that's what quiets a mind that has been on high alert for too long. Not argument, not effort, presence. Knowing that someone is here who is greater than anything this mind is trying to solve. You are greater, and this mind, tonight, will rest inside that truth. Notice your breathing now. Not the breathing you do when you're trying to relax. The breathing that's happening on its own, without any effort, as you read or listen to these words. It's gotten slower. You may not have noticed, but it has. Your body started doing it on its own as your mind began to let go a little. Not because you told it to, because that's how it works. When the mind starts to feel safe, the body responds. When the body relaxes, the mind follows. They work together. And right now, both of them are starting to move in the same direction. Feel the weight of your hands. They've grown heavy in a way they haven't been at any point today, because all day long they were holding things. Holding your phone, holding a pen, gripping the steering wheel, holding the invisible tension that comes with every single task. Right now they're not holding anything. Let them stay that way, heavy, open, resting. There's a zone between being awake and being asleep that most people try to rush through, as if sleep were a destination with a finish line to cross. But sleep doesn't work that way. It comes when you stop chasing it, when you stop checking to see if it's arrived yet, when you release the need to control even the process of falling asleep. You're approaching that zone right now. Don't force it. Don't check for it. Just stay here, in this moment, with this weight in the shoulders that have sunk into the mattress, with these hands that have stopped holding on, with this breath that slowed down without you even asking it to. God is here in this space, not at the edge of it, waiting for you to finish relaxing before he steps in, already inside it, already present, already covering what needs to be covered, while you drift into this transition zone where the day finally, completely, lets you go. Stay here. Let it happen, Lord. There is a name, maybe more than one, but there is at least one that stayed with you all day long. A name that came to mind over and over again. A person you can't stop worrying about, no matter how hard you try, no matter how many times you tell yourself you need to trust, you need to let go, that it's not your burden to carry. You carry it anyway, because that's how it works when you love someone. Love doesn't switch off when it would be more convenient to switch off. Love doesn't stop worrying just because the worry isn't solving anything. Love stays awake at night, thinking about someone who may be sleeping soundly right now, with no idea that you're here, in this dark room, with their name taking up space in your chest. It might be a child, an adult child making decisions that scare you, or a little one going through something you can't fix, or a child who lives far away, and the distance magnifies every worry until it's bigger than anything you know how to hold. It might be a husband, a brother, a mother who is getting older, and who you watch fading in a way that hurts in a way there's no right word for. It might be a friend you know is struggling, who hasn't asked for help, and you don't know whether to reach out or wait or pray or call. or just give her space. It might be someone you've grown apart from who still takes up room even in their absence. Whatever the name is, Lord, you know what it is. You know that person better than I know them. You see what's happening inside them in the places even they can't see. You know what they need in a way that no human love, no matter how deep, can ever fully reach. And that is exactly why tonight I can place that name in your hands, not as giving up, as trust. There is a world of difference between letting go because you've given up and letting go because you trust the one who is holding on. I am not giving up on this person. I never will. But I also cannot, from the bottom of this bed, at 10 o'clock at night, do anything concrete about what this person is going through right now. What I can do is pray, and I am doing that. Lord, tonight I place this name before you, not with a list of how you should handle the situation, because I know my vision is far too limited to know what's best. I place it with open hands, with the kind of surrender that hurts a little, because it feels like weakness, but is actually the strongest thing I know how to do. Take care of this person, in the way I cannot, in the place I cannot reach, with the love I am too limited to fully express. You have no such limitations, so I entrust to you what is beyond mine. And I will sleep tonight, knowing that this person was not left unguarded just because I closed my eyes. That the God who watches over me watches over them too. That the love you have for them doesn't depend on me being awake to work. They are covered, and I can rest knowing that. Your eyes are heavy now. If they're not quite there yet, don't force it. Just notice how much effort you're using to keep them open or half open. That effort isn't necessary. You can stop making that effort. Let your eyelids settle wherever they want to be. Heavy is just fine. Closed is even better. The weight you feel isn't the bad kind of tired. It's your body recognizing that the time has come. It's your body doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's biology and faith moving in the same direction. One saying it's time to sleep, the other saying it's safe to sleep. Both are right. Notice now how the mattress seems softer than it was when you first lay down. It didn't change, you did. Your body has sunk a little deeper. Your muscles have released layers of tension they didn't even know they were holding. The distance between you and the mattress has closed because you stopped bracing against it and started giving yourself over to it. That's how it works with God too. The more you stop holding yourself up on your own, the more you feel how much He was already holding you all along. Surrender doesn't create the support. It reveals the support that was always there. He has always been here. You can only feel it now because you've gotten quiet enough to stop drowning it out. Keep letting go. There is no finish line. There is nothing you need to complete before you're allowed to sleep. The prayer doesn't have to be over for the protection to begin. The protection has already begun. It began when you chose to be here tonight. When you chose to pray instead of lying alone in the dark, tossing and turning with your thoughts. That choice has already been made. The rest is in God's hands. And God's hands are the safest place there is for anything you need to leave behind. Lord, there is something from today that hasn't been said yet. Not to the world. I know not everything needs to be said to the world. But to you, there is something that happened today, or that didn't happen today when I was hoping it would, that clung to me in a way the night hasn't washed off yet. Maybe it was a small disappointment, the kind that doesn't warrant making a scene, that isn't heavy enough to be called a crisis, but that stayed anyway, that low ache of something that didn't go the way I expected, a text that never came, a response that landed wrong, a moment when I needed support, and the support wasn't where I thought it would be. Maybe it was something I did wrong, something I said when I should have stayed quiet, or stayed quiet when I should have spoken up. A reaction that came out bigger than it needed to be, or smaller than the moment deserved. A moment when I wasn't the version of myself I want to be. And that moment stayed, because those moments stay, especially at night, especially in the silence where there's nothing left to drown out the voice that keeps repeating, "You could have done better." Maybe it was accumulated exhaustion that finally hit its limit today. Not one dramatic event, just the weight of days on top of days on top of days. Each one with its demands, each one with its own version of giving more than it gave back, until today something small became the last drop that showed just how full the cup already was. Whatever it was, Lord, you know what it was. You were there, and what I need to hear, before I close my eyes, is not that you're going to make it all make sense before morning. It's not that tomorrow will be perfect. It's not that the disappointment wasn't real, or that the mistake doesn't matter, or that the exhaustion will magically disappear. What I need to hear is what you actually said, that you saw it, that you understand, that the pain I feel over something small is not an overreaction, because you have never called your daughter's pain an overreaction. That the exhaustion I feel is not weakness, because you yourself said that those who wait on you will renew their strength, which means strength runs out, which is real, which happens, which is not a sin. That the mistake I keep replaying can be laid at your feet tonight, not to be swept under the rug, but to be put in the right context. The context of someone who is growing, not someone who has failed in some permanent and irreversible way. You don't see me through the lens of what happened today. You see me through the lens of what you are doing in me across an entire lifetime. And across an entire lifetime, one hard day doesn't define anything. It only feels this heavy because I'm still inside it. But you are both outside and inside it at the same time. And from where you stand, you see the whole arc, and the arc is beautiful, even when this particular point in it hurts. So I lay today down right here, with everything it held that was good, that I sometimes forget to notice when the hard parts are louder, with everything it held that was difficult, that I carried without asking for help, that I should have brought to you sooner, but I'm bringing now because now is when I finally got still enough to bring it. Receive today, Lord, all of it, not just the pretty parts. And let me sleep without it. Your breathing now is different from when you started. Slower, deeper, more automatic, as if your body has taken over the process, and your conscious mind no longer needs to supervise even that. That's good. That's sleep arriving. Don't force it. Don't check to see if it's working. Checking interrupts it. Just stay where you are, with this heaviness that has settled into your body, with this quiet that came gradually throughout this prayer, with this feeling that the mattress is holding you in a more complete way than before. If thoughts still surface, and they might, because a mind trained for alertness doesn't power down in a straight line, don't fight them. Just watch. Let them pass like clouds you notice but don't chase. Every thought that rises, and you let go without following, is one less thought standing between you and sleep. It's not suppression. It's a choice. The choice not to feed what appears, not to pull the thread that would unravel the whole conversation all over again. You don't need to solve anything right now. You don't need anything else right now. Only God here, in this room, covering what you are about to surrender completely when your eyes finally close for good, and they will close soon. Lord, there is a category of thought that is different from all the others. Not the past I keep reviewing, not the present I'm processing. It's the future I make up, and I am very good at making up bad futures. Not because I'm a pessimist, at least that's not how I see myself. It's because I'm someone who learned that preparing for the worst is a way of not getting blindsided. If I've already imagined what could go wrong, then when it does go wrong, it won't hurt as much. That's the logic. That's the defense my mind built somewhere along the way, and that now runs automatically, especially at night, especially when I no longer have tasks to fill the space. At night, the future gets very big. The bad possibilities get very detailed. The scenarios I could keep at the edges of my thoughts during the day move to the center and stay there, fully lit, demanding attention, demanding that I examine them, demanding that I find a solution to something that hasn't happened yet and may never happen at all. The health that could change, the finances that could get worse, the relationship that could fall apart, the child who might take a path that will be too painful to watch, the job that might not be enough, the body that is aging in ways I haven't quite learned to accept yet. These fears aren't irrational, Lord, and that's exactly why they're so persistent. Because they're real possibilities. Things that happen to real people. Things that have already happened to people I know, people I love. So when my mind produces them at night, I can't simply dismiss them as if they were absurd. They're not absurd. They're just futures that haven't happened yet. And the difference between a future that hasn't happened yet and the actual present moment I'm living right now is enormous. But at night, in this darkness, the distance between them feels so much smaller than it really is. What I need, Lord, is not for you to prove that none of this will ever happen. You didn't promise that. You never promised a life without difficulty, without loss, without pain. What you promised was different, and it's more than that, in a way that's easier to grasp during the day than it is at night. You promised to be there in whatever future I face, the one I fear, the one I hope for, the one I can't even imagine yet. You are already there. You are already in the tomorrow I cannot see. You are already in next month, next year, in the version of my life that hasn't arrived yet. You have already taken care of what will be needed. You have already positioned what I'm going to need. You already know every detail of every scenario my mind is trying to calculate tonight. And you already have an answer for every single one of them. Not an answer I can see right now, but an answer that will be there when I need it. And the fact that I can't see it now doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means it's not yet time to see it. So tonight, Lord, I'm not going to those invented futures anymore. Not because I've decided to be naive. Not because I've chosen to ignore reality. But because I've decided that the only place I can truly live is here. Now, in this room, on this night. Under this covering you offer to those who choose to rest in you, instead of standing guard alone over what cannot be guarded. The future is yours. I'll stay in the present, and the present is this. I am lying down, covered, breathing, alive, under the care of a God who has never lost control of anything, and who is not going to start tonight just because I went to sleep. You can keep the future, Lord. I trust that you know what you're doing with it. There is a specific moment in the process of falling asleep that most people never consciously notice because it happens too fast. It's the moment when the body decides it's safe. It's not a decision the mind makes. The mind may still be active, still producing thoughts. It's a decision made by the nervous system, an unconscious assessment that the environment is safe enough to stand down, to let awareness loosen, to allow sleep to enter. That moment is coming for you now. It may already be here. You'll know because the edges of things start to lose their definition. Thoughts begin to lose the linear logic they had. They start appearing in fragments, without clear connection, more like images than arguments. The room around you still exists, but begins to matter less. The feeling of your body sinks to a level that falls below conscious attention. Don't resist this. This moment that is arriving is exactly what you needed. Your nervous system has made the assessment it needed to make. The environment is safe. You are protected. It's okay to let go. And your nervous system is right. Because beyond everything it can detect with the physical senses, there is a protection it cannot measure, but that is here all the same. A presence that doesn't trigger alarms because it is not a threat. A peace that doesn't depend on everything being resolved, but that exists regardless. Because its source is not circumstances, it is a God who decided to stay here with you tonight. Let your body know it can fully let go. Let your thoughts grow further and further apart. Let the space between one thought and the next grow larger, quieter, darker in the good way. The dark that isn't frightening. The dark that is simply the absence of noise. You're almost there. You don't need to do anything else. Just stay here. Just keep breathing. Just keep letting God do what He promised to do, Lord. There is a version of me that only you know completely, not the version that shows up at work, put together and competent. Not the version that shows up for family, present and strong. Not the version that shows up on social media, or at church, or anywhere I know I'm being seen, and that it matters. The version that's here right now, the one underneath all of that, the one that's left when the day ends, and there's no more role to play, and no more audience to perform for, and no more energy to hold up any version of myself beyond the one I actually am. That version is the one you know best. And sometimes, Lord, I'm afraid of what you see when you see me like this. When there's no filter, when there's no effort, when I'm simply here, with all the insecurities I carry, with all the doubts I have, with all the moments when I'm not sure I'm doing it right, whether I'm being who I'm supposed to be, whether I'm on the path I was meant to be on, whether how much I believe is enough, or the right kind, or has too many gaps to count as real faith. This version has doubts. This version has days when fear feels so much bigger than faith. This version sometimes prays without knowing if she's being heard, and keeps praying anyway because stopping feels worse than continuing without certainty. You see this version, and what holds me together, Lord? What holds me together when the night gets quiet enough for this version to show up uninvited is that you never looked away. You never looked away, not when I doubted, not when I failed, not when faith got too small to confidently call it faith. You stayed. You kept looking. You kept knowing my name, not the name I use for the world, but the name you gave me. The name that describes who I am in your eyes, before anything I do or don't do. Yours. That is the identity that remains when every other one falls away. At night, when there's no more role to play and no more curated version of me to maintain, what's left is this. Yours. Not because of my consistency, because my consistency has gaps. Not because of my faith, because my faith has bad days. Not because of my performance in any area, because in every area there are blind spots and moments of failure and choices I would make differently if I could. Yours by your choice, by your decision, made before I ever existed, to know me and love me, and call me by name, and never let any version of me, not the best one, not the worst one, not this one right here, the end of day one, the tired one, the one underneath everything, slip from your hand. This version that is here right now is the one you protect the most, because it's the most vulnerable one, and you have a very long track record of drawing closest to exactly what is vulnerable. So I won't hide this version from you tonight, Lord. I'll sleep as her, without the filter, without the effort, without the presentable version, just me as I am in your arms, which already know me this way and chose to stay anyway. That is enough to sleep in peace. You are very close now. Don't push sleep. It's coming. It's arriving the way it always does when you finally stop chasing it and simply exist in the moment without demanding anything from it. Feel the pillow beneath your head, the gentle pressure it makes, the way your head sinks into it just enough to feel held. That pillow has been your landing place every night long enough to feel familiar, and familiar is safe, and safe is exactly what you need right now. Your breathing is very slow now, so slow it almost seems like it stops between one breath and the next. But it hasn't stopped. It continues. Your body takes care of that without you having to think about it. Your heart beats without you having to remember to tell it to beat. Your lungs expand and contract in a rhythm that was established before you were born, and that will continue for as long as God determines it should. You don't sustain your own life, Lord. You sustain mine, every heartbeat, every breath, every moment of this night, when my body will keep functioning while my consciousness rests. All of it is in your hands, not mine, so I can let go completely. I don't need to monitor my own breathing. I don't need to keep watch over my own heart. I don't need to hold anything together by sheer willpower. I can set everything down, absolutely everything, and trust that what needs to keep going will keep going, because you hold it, because you have always held it, because this is exactly the kind of thing you promised to carry. Release the last thing you were still holding on to. You know what it is. It might be a name. It might be a worry. It might simply be the effort of being conscious, of being present, of staying on guard. Let it go. Let it be. Let God. Lord, I want to talk about the exhaustion. Not the exhaustion I mention when someone asks how I'm doing. That one has a socially acceptable size, a version I can put into words without seeming like I'm asking for too much. I'm talking about the other one, the one underneath that, the exhaustion that exists at a level with no exact name, that I label differently depending on the day. Sometimes I call it burnout. Sometimes I call it overwhelm. Sometimes I just go quiet, because naming it would take more energy than I have left. That exhaustion, you know the one. It's the exhaustion of being the person who holds things together. The one who organizes. The one who remembers everything. The one who checks on everyone else before checking on herself. And sometimes never gets around to checking on herself at all, because by the time she's finished taking care of everyone else, the day is over. And it's time to sleep, and tomorrow it all starts again. It's the exhaustion of smiling when you're running on empty, of answering texts when what you needed was silence, of being fully present for everyone on a day when you needed someone to be present for you, and that someone wasn't available. Or maybe they were, but you didn't ask, because asking feels like too much, because you don't want to be a burden, because somewhere along the way you learned that your needs are less urgent than everyone else's. That exhaustion accumulates, not in a day, over weeks, over months, over years of giving more than you got back. Not because the people around you are unkind, but because that's the pattern that got established, and that sometimes feels permanent, as if it will always be this way. Lord, This specific exhaustion, the exhaustion of someone who has carried too much for too long, is not weakness. It is not a lack of faith. It is not a punishment. It is the predictable result of a person who loved deeply, who served generously, who genuinely cared about the well-being of others for a very long time. There is nothing wrong with her. There is something wrong with the idea that she should be able to keep going indefinitely without ever stopping to receive. And tonight, Lord, I stop, not because I've given up, not because I'm going to stop loving the people I love, not because I'm going to stop caring, not because I've chosen selfishness over service, but as an acknowledgement that sustainability lives inside a rhythm, and the rhythm includes rest. Tonight is rest. Tonight, no one needs me in a way that requires me to respond. Tonight, the phone can stay quiet. The to-do list can stay where it is. The unfinished things can stay unfinished for a few hours without the world falling apart. And even if something urgent were to happen, you would be there too, taking care of what's beyond my reach while I sleep, so I can rest without guilt. I can let go without fear. I can receive sleep for what it is. Not an interruption of the care I give to others, but the very condition that allows me to keep giving tomorrow. You take care of me while I take care of others. And tonight, Lord, I need you to take care of me, of this body that is heavy, of this mind that is full, of this heart that is tired in the way that doesn't disappear after one good night's sleep, but that needs a good night's sleep to begin to heal. Take care of this tired woman who is here. She gave a lot today. She deserves to receive now, and what she is receiving this time is the rest that only you can give. The kind that goes beyond the physical, that reaches the parts sleep alone can't touch, that restores not just the body, but the place deep inside that has been running on empty from giving so much without replenishing. Fill that place tonight, Lord. She will wake up needing to give again. Let her wake up with something to give from. Your thoughts are changing shape now. If you pay attention, gently, without effort, you'll notice they no longer have the same linear logic as before. They're no longer arguments or worries with a beginning, middle, and end. They're more like fragments, images, loose words, pieces of things that don't connect in any way that makes waking sense. This is not confusion. This is sleep arriving. This is the conscious mind beginning to release its grip on the thinking process. And what surfaces when it lets go is that different language the mind uses when it's on the border between awake and asleep. A language that doesn't follow the normal rules. That mixes things that shouldn't go together. That produces strange combinations you won't remember tomorrow. And that right now seem to make a kind of sense that isn't waking sense. Don't try to organize it. Don't try to understand it. Just let it pass. Every fragment that surfaces and you don't chase is a door closing between you and wakefulness. Every image that appears and you don't hold on to is one more step toward the sleep your body has been asking for hours. You are very close now. So close that talking about being close hardly makes sense anymore. God is here. You already know that. The protection is already around you. You already declared that. What remains now is no longer prayer, it is surrender. The simplest surrender there is. Close your eyes, release control, and let the God who never sleeps take the night shift while you rest. He's already on watch. You can go. Lord, there is something I don't always remember when I'm lying here trying to sleep, and it won't come. The night is not empty. It feels empty. It feels like the space where things stop, where progress halts, where I'm suspended between one day and the next without moving forward on anything. It feels like the time when nothing useful happens, except the biology of rest, which doesn't count as an accomplishment and doesn't show up on any list. But the night is not empty. While I sleep, Lord, you work, not in an abstract way, in a specific and real way. What I couldn't resolve during the day, you keep moving at night. The pieces that need to fall into place in my life, that during the day get stuck behind my own limitations of vision, at night, you move them without asking my permission, because you don't need my permission to work. You only need me to get out of the way, and sleeping is the most complete form of getting out of the way there is. At night, you repair things in my body that I don't even know are being repaired. At night, my brain processes what happened during the day in a way my waking mind cannot, organizing memories, consolidating learning, integrating experiences that during the day stayed fragmented because there was no space or time to process them properly. At night, the immune system works with greater intensity. At night, hormones are produced that regulate mood, energy, and the capacity to face the next day. At night, things I don't even have names for happen inside me, because you designed them to happen at night, because you created the cycle of day and night, not by accident but by design. And the design includes essential things happening in the dark part of the cycle, the part that looks unproductive, the part I sometimes sacrifice when I think I need to do more. The night is not the time when nothing happens. It is the time when the things that cannot happen while I'm awake and demanding control over everything get to happen. So tonight, I want to honor that. I want to enter sleep knowing that I'm not abandoning my life for a few hours. I'm handing it over to a process you designed, that you sustain, that you use for things whose results I'll see in the morning without having consciously participated in them. The conversation that will go better tomorrow because I slept. The decision that will be clearer tomorrow because my brain worked through the information overnight. The patience that will be available tomorrow because my nervous system had time to recharge. The perspective that will be different tomorrow simply because there is a night's sleep between me and what today felt impossible to resolve. All of that will happen because I slept. And it will happen because you were here while I slept. Guardian of this night, worker in the silence I cannot see, present in the space I leave behind when my consciousness steps away. I entrust what happens in that space to you, not with resignation, with gratitude, because what you do when I get out of the way is always better than anything I could have done if I stayed. You are here, in this room, in this bed, in this moment that is growing harder to hold on to as sleep moves in. Don't hold on. There is nothing here you need to keep for yourself. There is no thought that needs to finish before you can go. There is no prayer that needs to be perfectly formed to have been received. It has already been received. Every word, every pause, every moment when you tried, and the words wouldn't come, but the intention was there. All of it was received by a God who doesn't need eloquence to understand a heart, who reads what lies beneath what is said, who hears what was never spoken aloud but was present all the same. Your mind is very quiet now. The thoughts that surface are gentle, without urgency, without weight. They pass like mist, not like stones. Your eyes are closed or nearly closed. Your body is completely held by the bed, by the pillow, by the blanket, by a presence that has no physical form, but that you can feel if you stop searching for it and simply let yourself notice it. It is here. He is here. And tonight will not be like the nights you feared. Tonight your mind is covered. Tonight, the territory of your dreams is guarded. Tonight you are not alone in the dark. You are accompanied by a God who chose specifically this place, this hour, this exact version of you to draw near to and stay. He stayed. You can go. Sleep now. And now, before the silence takes over completely, I want to do one thing. I want to stop praying for myself for a moment. Not because my prayer is over. It continues. It will continue while I sleep. It will continue at a level that doesn't need words or consciousness to work. But because there is something that happens when a person who has received care turns outward and extends that care to others, something that completes the circle. So before I close my eyes for good, I pray for her, the woman lying down right now in another room, another city, maybe another state, maybe across the country, who is also listening to these words because she also reached the end of the day carrying more than she could name, who also has a name that stayed with her all day long, who also knows that specific place between the exhaustion of the body and the restlessness of the mind, who also knows what it is to be afraid to close her eyes, because she doesn't know what will show up when everything goes quiet. She is there, right now, in this same moment that you are here. And she needs the same thing you needed when you first started listening to this prayer. Someone to see her. Someone to name what she is carrying. Someone to say out loud what she feels, but doesn't know how to say. Lord, cover her too. Cover her mind tonight. The nightmares she fears, the thoughts that won't stop spinning, the name she carries in her chest, the exhaustion that has built up over weeks or months or years of giving without receiving. Cover all of it with the same presence that covered my night. She is not alone in that dark room, even if it feels that way. Even if the silence around her is the kind that amplifies loneliness instead of calming it. Even if there is no one on the other end to receive a text if she sent one right now. Even if the absence of certain people is the heaviest weight she is carrying tonight. You are there. You who never need an address to arrive, who need no invitation to enter, who need no light to see. You are in that room too. On that pillow too. In that specific darkness she knows that tonight will be different because you are in it. And I pray for her without knowing her name, without knowing her city, without knowing her story, without knowing the specific weight she is carrying tonight. But you know, you have always known. You know her by the name that matters, the name you gave her before she was born, the name that describes who she is in your eyes when every presentable version falls away and what's left is just her as she is at the end of the day. Without a filter. You love her like that. You see her like that. You are with her like that. I pray for the woman who is awake when she should be sleeping. Not because she doesn't want to sleep, but because her mind won't obey when she tells it to. May tonight be different. May sleep come in a way that required no effort, that arrived when she finally stopped chasing it and simply existed in the moment. I pray for the woman who is crying quietly right now, careful not to make a sound, because the people around her are asleep, and she doesn't want to wake anyone with the weight she is feeling. May you hear the crying that no one else is hearing. May you draw close specifically to that kind of pain, the silent pain, the pain that doesn't ask for attention, because it learned that its pain doesn't deserve that much space. It does deserve it. You see it. I pray for the woman who is lonely in a way that goes beyond circumstance, who learned to be her own company because that was what she believed she could trust. May you be the presence tonight that she didn't ask for but needs. Not in an abstract way, in a real way. In the way she will feel even without being able to explain how. I pray for the woman who is worried about money, about bills, about a month that doesn't add up no matter how many times she runs the numbers. May you who multiplied bread and fish before a crowd be the same God who moves in her specific situation, not necessarily the way she imagined, but the way you know will actually work. I pray for the woman who is worried about health, her own, or someone she loves. May you who created every cell in the human body and who knows every process happening inside them be the healer she needs. Not in place of her doctor, alongside him, in the places he cannot reach, in the peace that no diagnosis can give or take away on its own. I pray for the woman in a relationship that hurts, who is trying to make something work that may need a miracle, or who is trying to heal from something that didn't work and that still hurts more than she expected it to at this point. May you who restore what was broken and heal what seems beyond healing be present in that specific situation with the wisdom and care that only you can offer. I pray for the woman who is lost, who doesn't know quite what comes next, whose next step isn't clear, whose familiar path has brought her somewhere she doesn't recognize. May you who know the end from the beginning, who never get lost alongside those who are lost, be the compass she needs. Not necessarily showing her everything, just the next step, just enough to keep going. I pray for the woman carrying guilt tonight, the guilt of having failed as a mother, as a daughter, as a wife, as a friend, as a Christian, as a person. The guilt that stayed from something that already happened and cannot be undone. The guilt that sometimes feels bigger than the forgiveness she says she believes in, but that at night, in the silence, is hard to feel as real. May forgiveness be real to her tonight, not as a concept, as a presence, as relief, as the kind of lightness she forgot what it felt like to carry, because it has been so long since she put this down. You forgave. It is done. What she is carrying has already been placed somewhere, and that somewhere is not her. She can let it go now. She can go to sleep without it. You take care of what she releases, and what you hold doesn't come back to haunt her unless she goes looking for it herself. She doesn't need to go looking. She can leave it there. She can rest. Lord, I pray for each of these women without knowing any of them by name, but you know them all. You know exactly who was listening tonight. You know what each one brought with her. You know what each one needed to hear and may have heard somewhere in this prayer. You know which words landed in the right place. You know which moment was the moment something loosened inside one of them that had been pulled far too tight. You were in every room tonight, not divided between them, completely present in each one. That is the kind of God you are. No limit on presence, no maximum capacity, no waiting list for attention. Each one of them had all of you tonight. Each one has all of you right now. And when they wake up tomorrow, renewed, or at least a little more rested than they were, or at least having spent the night protected, even if they can't measure exactly how, may their first thought be one of gratitude, not performed gratitude, the quiet gratitude of someone who realizes she made it to the other side of one more night and that she didn't make it alone. May they wake up knowing that. May the day that begins after this night begin with that awareness still alive inside them. I was covered. I was watched over. The mind I was afraid to let go of was protected by someone who does not sleep, who does not get distracted, who has no more urgent priority than being exactly where he promised to be. And may that awareness last beyond the morning, beyond the first cup of coffee, beyond the first to-do list of the day that will appear and try to convince them they need to carry everything all over again. May they remember this night, the weight they set down, the room that went quiet in a different way after a while, the way the body sank into the mattress in a way it wasn't sinking when they first lay down. The prayer that may not have been perfect but was real, was honest, was enough, because it is always enough when it comes from a real place. May they remember that they were seen, that they are covered, that they are not alone, that there is a God who knows their name, who saw their day, who was in their room tonight, who will be in their room tomorrow night too, and the night after that, and every night that comes, because that is the kind of God you are, the one who stays, the one who doesn't give up, the one who doesn't leave when things get hard, or when faith gets small, or when exhaustion is greater than the eloquence of the prayer, the one who stays anyway. For these women, for every one of them, in every room, in every city, in every version of a hard night they were living, when they found this prayer, I give thanks, Lord. May they have been found, may tonight have been different. May tomorrow begin with more than they had when today ended, and may you continue to be, for every one of them, exactly what you were tonight. Present, close, real. The God who covers the mind they were afraid to let go of, who guards the sleep they so desperately needed, who stays awake for every moment they finally rested. Amen. You don't need to do anything else tonight. He's already taken the watch. Sleep well.